Hi guys, I'm here for my review of Starrcade 2000, the final Starrcade review, so it's the finale of the Starrcade review series, and it's the finale of Starrcade. Slightly better than 99, but one match gives it its rating. Most of its rating, anyway. So it's December the 16th, 2000, from the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. A 9-match card, so a 10-match card, so our maximum star rating is 50 stars. Opening contest. The best match on this card by a landslide. And it's no surprise it's a Cruiserweight match, because at this time, the Cruiserweights were the best part of WCW. They were putting on the best matches on these really, really bad pay-per-views. So it's the triple ladder match to determine the number one contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. 3 count versus Jamie Knoble, Evan Karagis, and the Young Dragons. This is a 4.5 star match, and it's 4.5 stars because I don't think the finish with what they did with it made any sense. Okay, the finish comes when 3 count both win and grab the contract, making them both the winners of the match. Now, only one person could receive the championship match. So if you're going to go this route, and this is why, my logic for why this is 4.5 stars and not 5. Okay, it's because if you were going to go the route of that, okay, if you're going to go the route of it, then you should have done Chavo versus Helms versus Moore the next night for the Cruiserweight Championship and the Triple Threat match. Instead, they had Shane Helms versus Shannon Moore, and the winner that went to Sin to face Chavo, which means this was a pointless idea. So that's why it's 4.5 and not 5. If they would have had one member of 3 count win this match, it would have been a 5-star match. Because of that, I can't give it 5 stars because it's a bad booking decision. No, it was the right booking decision in essence to have one of 3 count win, specifically because you were trying to make Shane Helms a single star of that group now. But that's what should have been. The sole finish of this match should have been Shane Helms winning and not Shannon Moore co-winning with him. If that makes sense. Then we go off the rails and downhill. Because our next match is Lance Storm versus the Cat. Nothing here. Not even the only thing, it gets no stars. I could give it a star rating if the fans seem to care about a fight between the Cat, between Miss Jones and Major Guns. I'm not even going to do that because it's not that good. So, in fact, they wanted to see that more than they wanted to see this match. That's how boring this match was apparently to them. Storm won. And all that. Team Canada later this night kicked Jim Duggan out of Team Canada, and then he was replaced by Mike Awesome. But besides Lance Storm, was anybody in Team Canada actually legitimately from Canada? And I don't mean being billed from Canada. I mean actually were they legitimately Canadian? Because I've always wondered that. I mean, I know that Primetime apparently played in the CFL, but that doesn't mean he's Canadian. Lex Luger played in the CFL, not Canadian either. Just so, if you know the answer to that, put it in the comment section if you watch this vid. Next match is the WCW Hardcore Championship match. Crowbar defending against Terry Funk. Half a star for the fact that it is actually somewhat entertaining. That's it. Terry Funk wins after power driving Crowbar on a door. I don't know whether it's a car door, an airplane door, or what. It's just a door that was backstage of the MCI Center. I don't know why a door would be back there, but hey, I've seen weirder things. I've seen weirder things. So half star for that. Next match, Big Vito and Reno versus Kronik. No stars. Story here. Kronik. Someone is paying Kronik to assault Big Vito and Reno. Kronik at the start of the match said it was Vito and Reno's sister Marie doing it, when it was really Reno, to nobody's real surprise, actually. Reno gets a hot tag, rolls the dice on Vito, covers Vito, somehow making Kronik the winner, and I don't understand any of that. Because while in the match, regardless of if Reno turned on Vito, they were still partners. They were still partners, so they would win the match in that case, not Kronik. So that made no sense, and it still doesn't. So next match, the ambulance match. An ambulance match. Bam Bam Bigelow versus that 70s guy Mike Awesome. No stars. An ambulance match, no matter how good the performers are, is never going to be anything because it's normally generic. And I'll say this. Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt had a decent ladder match on Raw 2 weeks ago. But the wrong guy won. Ambrose has not won a single match in a main feud. Unless you count Tribute to the Truth when he beat Bray in a boot camp match. Other than that, he didn't win any of his matches against Rollins. He didn't win any of his matches against Wyatt. So they got this character in Ambrose that can be massively good, and he hasn't won anything. So, but sorry to get off on that. That was for some others, but anyway. It's a point about ambulance matches, despite who the workers are just never going to be good. Because they're the same kind of thing. Shane and Kane is pretty much a carbon copy of this from Survivor Series 03. Ambulance matches are just never going to be good. Because you can't do much in them to make them unique. So, next match is the United States Championship match. General Erection versus the franchise. Half a star, Erection wins by DQ because Chavo throws a chain into the franchise and then he tells the referee that the franchise has a chain. This makes no sense because Chavo's not a part of MIA at this time. So it makes no real sense as to why they did that. Finish. Other than obviously continue the feud and all that. But it still made no sense. So next match. A match that actually has any right is better than it has any right to be. A bunkhouse brawl street fight. That's the same kind of match. You're combining two stipulations that are the same kind of match. You know, if you're going to combine two stipulations, have them be two different match types. Not the same match. Rules of both of these matches are the same dumb thing. So, anyways, Jeff Jarrett and the Harris Brothers versus the Filthy Animals. Conan, Billy Kidman, and Rey Mysterio Jr. Jeff Jarrett in a gimmick match at a pay-per-view at WCW. It shouldn't surprise anyone now. That's all he primarily did. So, anyway, it's a 2-star match. It's a good fight at the beginning, and then for some reason, they start enforcing tags. Last I checked, a tag team street fight has no tags. It's tornado rules. And I'm pretty sure a bunkhouse brawl tag match would have no tags either. So, what was the point of the tags? This match, if it wasn't for those dumb tags, would have been, especially since there's no tags in the finish of it anyway. So, you know, why do that? You know, Jarrett and Harris Brothers win, and it's 2 stars. If they weren't tagging, it probably would have been 2.5 or 3 if they didn't enforce the tags. This is WCW in 2000 makes no sense. Sometimes. Next match, WWE World Tag Team Championship match. The Perfect Event versus the Insiders. Kevin Nash and Diamond Dallas Page. This is a rematch for Mayhem where Page and Nash won the titles, but they pinned the wrong guy. Which WWE started using as excuse, so, oh, it was the doctored tape, blah. No, it wasn't. You can clearly see that they pinned the wrong guy. At Mayhem 2000, they pinned Sean Stasiak when Chuck Palumbo was the legal guy in the ring. That was legit. So it was not no doctored tape or anything like that. So it was the right call that had to be made in the situation that led to this match. It's a generic tag match. With Page playing face in peril, because Nash sure as heck can't do that. 1 star. with Nash and Page winning. That's the wrong booking decision, but whatever. That's the wrong booking decision, but it's WCW. Why not give titles to two past their prime old farts at that time? Because Page, when he was in his prime, when he was at the peak of his career, was not young. Okay? Let's be honest. From the entire time from like 95 to he left WCW and eventually retired, he was in his mid to late 30s, early 40s then. So, yeah. So, 1 star. Next match, the no-holds-barred match. Rematch for Mayhem. Goldberg versus Total Baggage Lex Luger. No stars. This is the same thing as their Mayhem match. Goldberg dominates Luger. And honestly, this is one time that Goldberg probably should not have dominated anybody. Lex Luger on paper is a challenge to Goldberg, but Goldberg dominated him. And he won with the jackhammer. This match set up the match that would be Goldberg's last WCW match, though, at Sin, in which it was totally Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger taking on Goldberg and Sarge Dwayne Bruce. I might review that show for kicks. I don't know yet. I might review the final 3 WCW shows in 2001. I might review them. I don't know. So, but no stars. Final match, the main event, the finale of the Starrcade, the final Starrcade main event of all time, and they're still bringing up that Starrcade meant that you were at the premier WCW event. No, you weren't. At this time, WCW and Starrcade were, I don't think there was a premier event in WCW because they all were bad at 2000. None of them were remotely good. I mean, some of them have flashes, but none of them were that great. Anyway, WCW World Heavyweight Championship match. Scott Steiner versus Sid Vicious. 1 star, Steiner gets the win. I would have given it to Sid Vicious. He never lost the championship. So, at least with Scott Steiner, they at least did not have a champion be champion for only a month like everybody else who held this title in 2000 was. Heck, Booker T's a 5-time WCW champion. But what most people don't forget is that 4 of those title reigns are over a 1-month span. Okay? 4 of them are over a 1-month span because of how frequently that title changed hands. So our total star rating for this and the final Starrcade star rating is 9.5 out of a possible 50. So it's an F show, but it's a half star better than Starrcade 99. But the Cruiserweight ladder matches legitimately makes it, and it's a legitimately good match. So, that's it for Starrcade Review Series. Next review series, that'll be a long one, or fairly long, will be the WrestleMania series, because obviously I got 30 reviews to do in that. So I'll be starting that probably the end of this month, going into February and March, on top of some other things. And I might also have a side review series. Now, I'm very aware I've already reviewed WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2 on this channel. But what I'm going to do is, so I'm not starting with WrestleMania 3, I'm going to revisit WrestleMania 1 and 2. I'm going to revisit them, and their titles will be WrestleMania 1 and WrestleMania 2 Revisited. So, for any of you who watched the first 2 reviews, I never got to the 3rd one. Because at that time, I didn't have this laptop, so I never got to the 3rd WrestleMania review, WrestleMania 3. And my side review series might be a War Games review series. I'll review every pay-per-view that had a War Games on it, but I know that a couple War Games took place at a Great American Bash, so I want to save them for Great American Bash review series. So that review series might just be the 2 Wrestle Wars that I know have a War Games, and every Fall Brawl for War Games, 93 through 98. Yeah. So those are some of my plans for coming up wrestling related stuff. If you're a Power Ranger guy, SPD's review will be up by the end of the month because I watched Disc 2 last night. I'm going to watch Disc 3 tomorrow, Disc 4 on Saturday, and Disc 5 next Tuesday. So I'll be able to have it done by the end of the month. And then I'll start Mystic Force. So If you liked the video, hit the like button down there, hit the subscribe button down there, and thank you for watching. This will be in the playlist of Starrcade reviews. So, thanks for watching. Bye.